Peace and love, everyone. It's your girl Karina. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are looking at Taurus 2021 for what you are not seeing this year. So Taurus, this applies to you if you have the sun or the moon or the rising sign in Taurus, okay? Now, it's going to be the most accurate to Taurus rising, but the sun and the moon are very much so applicable as well. So we're looking at the planetary alignments and the aspects that are actually more hidden. We are going to look at some important transits that everyone will be talking about, including the major square of Saturn and Uranus this year. But we are going to also look into Chiron. We're going to dive deep into Lilith and North Nodal placements as well for 2021. So this is your report for Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So let's first start off with the fact that Chiron has been in Aries since 2020 and continues to be so in 2021. And for you, this really is what you're not seeing, because Aries is in a sign that is behind you. So a lot of Aries energy has to do with subconscious, unveiled information and experiences and root and core beliefs that are very much so linked to your faith and how you hold on to the idea of faith, the idea of letting go, the idea of transitioning over, using death as a transition into the other realm. So this is a very deep place that Aries affects you, Taurus, okay? And Chiron is an energy that's about feeling insecure. It's about feeling like you're not really up to par in whatever energy that Chiron is in. So for you, you might be dealing with how do I tap into these secrets that I'm dying to know about? You know, how do I tap into these aspects of my own behind the scenes intentions that I can't even see? What is it that I don't know about myself? That's kind of what Chiron is doing for you in Aries, and this is deeply related to your feelings of anger, your feelings of rage, your feelings of wanting to fight, your feelings of competition, your feelings of feeling strong enough as well, Taurus. So why do I have these feelings? Where's the root cause? What are the core beliefs? What are maybe the mentalities that have been passed down to me from previous generations? So it's this inner battle that maybe not even everyone else is able to see. That's happening with you with Chiron and Aries, and this continues to be so in 2021. But I think as Chiron is moving in a more progressive energy, meaning that it's getting deeper into the degrees of Aries, Chiron becomes a wounded healer, in which we're starting to, first we have a naivety, but then we can start to actually regain a sense of empowerment and help others with this Chiron energy. It becomes a healing energy, becomes a superpower. And so for you, you are enduring a superpower that is about your deepest connection to your body, your deepest connection to self and identity, and really trying to discover, not just discover who you are, but uncover who you are beneath all of the layers of the person that you have become over time due to external, circumstances. Behind all of those experiences, there was a core part of you that I think that you're trying to find. And as you uncover it, it becomes even more authentic. You become even more real to people. I think there's no facades. There's nothing that you're hiding anymore, or that is being hidden from you as you continue to journey with Chiron and Aries. And I think that people will get this aura from you that you are not hiding anything, that there's a deep purity to you. So that's the Chiron and Aries energy. So that's what's hidden, but that's actually something that doesn't have to be scary. It's actually like, wow, like I'm becoming more of myself by letting go of all of these things that have built up on me, and aren't really true or aren't really what I want to be. Now, let's talk about Lilith energy. Lilith is the energy that is the dark side of the moon. And this is one of the best ways to discover what is hidden. What is it that you can't see about 2021? Well, also Lilith has been in Taurus and has been in Taurus since 2020. And as we came into 2021, Lilith has been in conjunction with Uranus. Okay. Now, this is a very interesting idea of these two energies being together, because Uranus is an actual planet, but Lilith is actually just a measurement of a point in the dark shadows of the moon. So there's not an actual physical entity that is being measured against Uranus, but it is still something to be considered, in that where this part of the moon is, where it's dark, where it's shadowy, it's an aspect of ourselves that we can't see. And then when Uranus comes and electrifies that, it becomes something that we can see very clearly, because it's digitalized. There's something that is seen right before your eyes when Lilith and Uranus come together. So for you, Taurus, this is in your sign. And so I think that there's a lot that has been purging out of you with Chiron in Aries in your subconscious, and Lilith right on your zodiac sign. So whether you have rising, then this is like your persona, that person that you're showing to the world, which has really just been unveiling a lot of truth and chaos and deep shadows and deep sensuality, deep even hedonism, like really just uncovering all of these things that kind of make up who you are, but don't make up who you are at the same time, because it's just layers of experiences that are creating these shadows, right? These aspects of yourself that maybe you did not address before. Lilith is chaos, dark, feminine energy. So when it's on your rising sign, people see it. Like the people who first meet you, they see it already. And people who have known you for a while and they see you presenting yourself on your rising sign, they're going to be like, you're not the person that I remember, right? Or the person that I know to be. Because Lilith brings chaos to your rising sign, and just breaking apart anything that has to do with this mask that you've put on yourself due to all of these experiences. And now when it hits your sun, like if you have the sun in Taurus, Lilith hitting your sun is going to be big on unleashing a form of expression that you have not allowed yourself to actually express about yourself. There's something that you have, kept a wall up about, or have not allowed it to purge and be released out of you. So it's about self-expression, because it is about putting on an act for other people to see, and that's a lot when it has to do with the sun's energy. It's about where you shine, but where you shine has almost been kind of in a rut and kind of dulled out. It's kind of just this boring, one-sided aspect of yourself. And when Lilith comes, there becomes an integration of your shadow side, in which the parts of you that you denied, or the parts of you that you shunned out, or that other people have denied, that part is wanting to integrate with the part that you normally do show. And so the Sun Taurus people are experiencing an unleashing of their identity and self-expression. Now, if you're a moon in Taurus, this is going to be about your emotional fulfillment, and what is it that makes you comfortable and happy and like at home within your body and within your actual home and with your relationship to your mother, because it's deeply emotional. It's deeply tied to your mood swings as well. So I feel like with this energy, Uranus and Lilith, they both electrify this energy of your emotions coming more up to the surface, being more digitalized in some sort of way. This is a great placement for creatives as well, with the moon in Taurus. So you guys have been already going through it, because this energy has been working on you. And depending on where your sun, moon, or rising is, like if it's in the early degrees of Taurus, like between 1 and 8 degrees, then you guys are really feeling it. And if you're a little bit later in the zodiac of Taurus, you're soon to come feel it as 2021 progresses. So Lilith in Taurus is such a big change and shift for you, unleashing and unlocking also your sensuality, your sexuality. It becomes sexual liberation in the means of where you have held yourself down, imprisoned yourself, due to a very masculine, patriarchal idea or concept that you have been abiding by. because Lilith is feminine energy. It's the most extreme, darkest feminine energy, right? It is the most mysterious, the most hidden. So I think that you're becoming liberated through this pathway. And depends on whichever gender you are all going to feel it to some degree. I think that when it comes to females, right, that you're really going to feel it in your body. Maybe you'll feel it in your moon cycles. You'll feel it in your, it's going to be deeply connected to the breasts, because Lilith is connected to the moon, which is connected to Cancer, which is connected to the breasts. And also just your entire physique and what you deem as beautiful about yourself and what you don't, because Taurus is big on beauty, and Lilith is bringing and breaking apart all of these ideas that have been in a rut about your beauty. Taurus is about art. It's about enjoying the sensualities of things. So beautiful music, beautiful foods, things like that. A lot of things are unlocking for you. Actually, I'm really picking up for a lot of Taurus that food is becoming a big aspect for you in what really is the deep quality and really beautiful food that you love to enjoy. I think that you might be on a journey in discovering that maybe even what you thought was, good food to you isn't. It's actually trash food, or it's boring. And I think that you're also on this journey in discovering deep quality foods that actually speak to your femininity, that speak to the aspect of you that wants to be attracting energy towards you rather than having to forcefully go after it. And food plays a big deal in that. And I think that you're on this journey. Now, Lilith will be in Taurus until July of 2021. So this is a hidden aspect of you that keeps unlocking and unleashing. Then Lilith will move into Gemini. And this is now a shift into more of money, income, values, and self-worth. I think that your self-worth is already getting a big boost right now, but as it moves into Gemini, this starts to be something that you verbalize and express in a very seductive way, maybe even slightly crass way. You'll be working and juggling with how to truly express, communicate to people what is it that you have become when Lilith is in Gemini. And this may be something that you have to learn how to do, which means allow yourself to have moments where you're just completely shocking. You're just completely, different in the way that you say and communicate about yourself. And then you'll find the road or the lane that really works for you. Because Gemini is about skills and building your talents. You're building your talents about how you communicate your self-worth, how you communicate your values and your ideas. So this is going to be a really interesting year for you, Taurus, and it's going to be a big shift for you right from the beginning of the year, right in January and February. Big shifts and transformations, purging and unleashing is going to be happening. Now, let's also talk about the North Node. The North Node is where we look at our destiny, where we're moving towards. And this North Nodal energy is shifting into Gemini. It has been actually, and continues to do so for all of 2021. So what you may not be seeing is that you are already in the space where you are crafting a language or crafting some sort of avatar or identity of yourself that speaks about who you are, a representation, a digitalized representation of who you are. And with the North Node in Gemini, it's about constantly refining that communication, constantly working on that communication. Yes, this year you're going to probably be the most money hungry that you've been in a while. You're going to have to watch out for greed big time when it comes to money, because you'll be able to develop skills and see things faster than other people about what trends and things that you need to jump on. And so you're already in the space of learning how to do that. So why not go ahead and gamble everything away and try to get as much as you can out of it. This could be also a deep need to steal things, to take things, because the North Node in Gemini is really gunning for you to go after your own possessions, okay? And the North Node is your energy of destiny, so it is something that you're supposed to embrace as you journey in 2021 is going after your own possessions, having money, making money. These are things that are, encouraged to do, especially in the Western point of view of astrology. But the thing that you're also needing to understand is that North Node energy is very aggressive. It's very attacking. And because of that, you may find yourself going too far and find yourself in positions where it's like, I'm just going to take this regardless of moral values. And Lilith might put you in a place where your moral values may be more criminal-like in some regards. It could tend to be that way in order to get that money. Once Lilith and North Node start working both in Gemini, which comes after August and for the rest of the year. So you're going to have to be mindful of this need and this hunger that you have and embrace the journey in opening yourself up to this whole new world of making money, but also be aware of the greed. Be aware of the greed. The thing here is that what you're experiencing this year is a major shift in identity and expression, but you're still going to have to deal with some of your contenders that are of a fixed nature, and that is Saturn and Jupiter being in Aquarius. Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius is a big deal. And for you, this is important because it does what we call a challenging square aspect to your natal placement of sun, moon, and rising. So you're going to have some difficulties here because as you're enjoying all of these shadowy journeys of enjoying your sensuality, your lust for money, your lust for the finer things in life, and almost having the freedom to enjoy it and be that, Saturn in Aquarius is going to make sure that you're not gambling it away, that you're not appreciating it. And you're going to have to appreciate what you get, appreciate what comes into your possession. And watch out for the fact that you may have a certain reputation about yourself that is crafting and really manifesting with Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius. So you're being watched. Everybody's watching you right now. They're watching your moves. They're paying attention to what you're doing, and they're creating in their minds a brand, an aura, a judgment about who you are, and what you represent, what you're leaving behind. It's not just about taking it personal, even though it's speaking to your personal planets. It's speaking to your sun, your moon, and your rising. But don't take this personal. People are looking at you in a bigger way right now and expecting bigger things from you right now with Saturn and Jupiter in Aquarius. So there are things that you're not seeing about that. There's things that you're not seeing about the square happening towards you. You got to watch out for ego, persona, and maybe even self-absorption, like thinking so much about self, because there's so much energy in yourself this year, especially in the beginning of 2021. There's a lot of energy making you focus on self. Okay, so Saturn and Jupiter is going to remind you that people are watching, and this could be a great benefit for you and expand you, but it could also expand the darker shadows of you, the parts that you're not containing or that you're not having in control, you're not having discipline about, and that's going to be something to be wary of. Okay, so Saturn is going to be squaring Uranus. Okay, Saturn, which is in this area of your public and career, like reputation, squaring Uranus, which is in your sign, right? Really giving you a lot of freedom and digitalizing you, putting you into this place where you're expanding your networks, expanding your visions out into the world, right? Saturn is giving a challenge to that. And a lot of that is going to be, again, about looking at where it is that you might be too greedy, too much in your ego, too much about yourself. So actually, if you have this information now, you can be more self-aware about, it's not about dimming your light, even though Saturn really wants to do that. But Saturn wants to dim your light so that you can be more constructive about how it is that you operate and handle yourself in the world. I think that if this becomes, again, a situation of being too cocky, this could become something that you have to deal with the themes of humiliation and scandal of some sort. So, or at least just being brought down to reality about who you really are and what you're really doing. Okay. If this energy is utilized in the proper way, right, in which you're able to channel your desires, self-expression, your authentic self, integrated with light and darker shadows, and be able to present it out into the world in which people can respect it, which means that you put a lot of hard work into your presentation. You've put a lot of thought into it, and you thought about, how you impact and influence others as well. Because Saturn is in Aquarius, the area energy of influence. So you have to really package an image, a reputation, or a career, right? And then put it out there. If you actually approach this in this way, this might help you to deal with the unseen energies of Saturn, which is actually putting a lot of standards on you that even, that we all can't really see for whatever reasons. But Saturn is pushing that. Maybe it's because this Uranus energy that you're dealing with is so chaotic, is so rebellious, is so like about upheaval that it can be too much, right? And it can maybe cause too much harm and friction to other people too fast. You're being a major agent and catalyst of Uranus, being that Uranus is in your sign and going to be in conjunction with one of your personal aspects, especially if you have sun, moon, or rising before 10 degrees Taurus. But I mean, even, let's see, Uranus goes all the way into 14 degrees Taurus in 2021. So if you have sun, moon, and rising from 0 to 14 degrees Taurus, then this is specifically a situation that you have to understand about Saturn challenging your energy the most. Okay. So Saturn square Uranus is going to be an energy that starts actually in February of 2021, but it does not very much yield all year. It continues to go off and on, but February and March, you feel it right from the jump, the square energy of Saturn and Uranus. And it alleviates a little bit in July. So you're going to be big in the public eye this year. Saturn is making that more prestigious for you. If you're not yet big in the public eye, then you're in some sort of preparation to be so. In August it also alleviates. July and August are alleviations. Okay. Also in September. Okay. So September, October, November. So, yeah. So for about 5 months there, from July, August, September, October, and November, it's not so bad. Okay. So from March to June, it's really tight, the square in Jupiter. So that's big, big preparation towards your public image and reputation. Okay. Then you get some alleviation throughout the summer, July, all the way through the fall into November. But then it starts to pick back up again, and it gets into a tight square again in December. Okay, so this energy is really pushing you out of yourself this year. 2021 is not about doing what you normally do. It's not about being what you normally are. It's not always about staying where you normally stay. Okay, it's about making a lot of changes. And if you are staying, right, in a certain situation, it's going to radicalize that situation regardless, in which you staying in that situation will make the situation itself go through radical change. Okay, because radical can also be rooting yourself into something and sticking to it in order to almost like infiltrate the whole system. So this is a very, very important year, and you're actually a very big agent of Uranus this year, okay? The eclipses are going to be happening in May, June, November, and December. They will mainly be around the axis of Gemini and Sagittarius, except for one, which will be in your axis of Taurus and Scorpio. And I'll leave those dates here on the screen for you to see the eclipse dates and when the one for Taurus and Scorpio will be. But it's important to understand that the majority of the eclipse energy is going to be focused heavily on Gemini and Sagittarius. And I have a video on the Gemini and Sagittarius North Nodal placement this year, so you can check that out in the link here if you would like to take a look at that. But briefly, it's really going to look at your belief sets. Where is that you need to let go of some perspectives that are not serving you? I call these connected to the masculinity or father's teaching, which is in Sagittarius with the South Node there. And then going more towards Gemini, which is building your skills and your talents. Okay. And again, that's in the area of being more resourceful and making your own money. So this year is a big year for you to uncover those aspects, as the eclipses will be focused on those areas and be taking out money opportunities and putting back in money opportunities, taking out belief sets and restoring belief sets about shared income and sharing your money with other people. That's the other thing that's going to be here. Okay. And now the last thing that I want to talk to you guys about is Saturn trine the North Node. I call this the power moves. And I think that this is also an unseen energy, which is going to work to help us to, again, open up your money income, because Saturn is going to bring a lot of air energy towards your North Nodal and bring it in a constructive way. So I feel like there's going to be some big project that you're going to be working on that's really going to help you amp up your abilities to make some money. And this might be something that's very community based, something that's going to connect a lot of people and bring a lot of people into one streamline of something. And I think that you're going to have a big hand in that, which helps you to unleash a whole new income stream. And this is a very big power move. So Saturn trine the North Node is a great aspect that I think you will enjoy. You're just going to have to watch out for the Saturn Square Uranus in your sign, which is happening simultaneously this year at the same time. But let's look at where the North Node and Saturn will be in exact trine. Okay, and let's see. We have, sorry guys. Okay, we have actually the month of April, it goes down. The North Node starts at 14 degrees, moves into 13 degrees, and conjuncts Saturn at 12 degrees around the 10th of April. Okay, and then they both go into a full exact trine, excuse me. They go into a full trine starting the 22nd of April. So that's a pretty awesome move there, and it's a great opportunity for you guys to work to something on that date or start working on something around that date. Okay, so those are the 2021 aspects. We talked about Chiron, Lilith, North Node, Saturn with Jupiter, Saturn and Uranus, having aspects to these hidden placements, and also Saturn trine the North Node, also another hidden placement. All those mysterious moon energies and how they're impacting you, Taurus, for 2021. So I hope that this has been useful to you in seeing what moves you need to be prepping for and operating on, what kind of vibe you need to have, what kind of swag you need to have in 2021. And I wish you guys the best, and I think you guys are going to have a very powerful year. Peace and love.